Well, I got downtime, and I got a couple of these old compressors, air compressors from my old airbag system that I installed on my Expedition. Lace paint job, monster clear coat, knockdown. Check out those videos. I was ignorant. I had no idea, and let me make the mistakes so you guys don't have to. I had no idea. You know, I mean, it's common sense, right? But of course, I lack common sense a lot of the time. The way these are designed, the heat dissipates from the top. Of course, I wanted to mount these underneath the vehicle. I mounted them upside down so the heat rose up, and you can see there how the bearing just wiped out from the piston on this one. Contemplating is taking the motor off of this, no longer using it as a compressor, just using the motor, and strapping it on one of these cars like this one or this one. And I think I'm going to start on this one because it's not as desired. The kids really like this one, which this one would be sick to do because it's got a freewheel spinning sprocket on it, which would be perfect. This one's locked in place, so I'm going to have to do some more modification on it. You can see I've already modified it. I brought the seat back. It was way up here. Turned the seat brackets around so that the kids are getting longer legs, and that way the only problem is with the weight, it tends to pop wheelies. So whatever I do, like the car battery that I put on here, whatever the marine battery is going to be on the front, that'll balance things out. And yeah, so I'm just pulling this thing apart. I've already pulled the end cap off, and I'm going to pull the compressor head off and just get down to the motor.
How we live for the way, it's the truth, how you left. It's so tight when I slide inside.
Figure we'll do a quick test on this thing. Ooh, yeah, we working. And we work, yeah. So this is on the end of the shaft. It slides on. It actually has a little bolt that goes in and locks it onto the end of the shaft. It's got this weight on here. I won't need that. Cut that off or grind that off.
Crack, 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 serve it up. Crack, 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 serve it up. Crack, 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 crack.
Alright guys, so what I'm thinking here on this is the weight that was on the shaft. There's a thread right there for a bolt that'll hold it on the shaft because the shaft has a flat spot on it. You can see there's a little flat spot right there. So this will go on the shaft like so. And I got a little too close there. I almost cut the damn thing completely off. But what I want to do is, this was off-centered, you can see right there, which propelled the rod. I'm going to take this because it's got a thread in it too, and I can put a bolt in the center of that. I want to take this and put it on the center. We picked up a 4-inch PVC swivel caster wheel. Yeah, I mean, it's not rubber. I guess I maybe thought it was rubber when I was buying it. It says PVC right there, but it is what it is. We're going to make it work. We're going to drill this thing out, get it out, go about seeing how we're going to attach it to this. I was looking at the back of these wheels and how they hook up, and it's actually like a plate prong system with a shaft that they have. It comes through the rim, and then because they're plastic rims, so, and that's plastic too, so I'm thinking maybe I'll try and design that same thing so it has a better torque threshold. Picked up some 10 gauge wire from Lowe's because it was way cheaper than buying automotive wire. And then I got this really cool 20 amp push start switch here that's got a rubber head on it. I'm gonna see if I can mount this somewhere where they can push it on with their foot. That would be so cool because it's really sturdy. I'm not sure what we're gonna do. We'll figure it out. I found this bolt right here in my box of bolts, probably off the valve train of a Civic. Here's that chunk I cut off. Originally it had some thread on it, and it just so happens it's the exact thread I need for this. We're gonna line this up perfectly with this, and tack weld it so that we can attach this to the shaft, pin it.
Fallen angel from the sky, I despise you die, and I want your kicks as the tracks these flows and we give up bricks, sugar and spice. Can't hold back. Crack, 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 serve it up. Crack, 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 serve it up. Crack, 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 serve it up. Crack, 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 serve it up. Crack, 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 crack.
I'm thinking of welding this on the end of this nut, drilling a couple holes in the wheel, sliding this through the wheel, putting another nut on the other side, locking the wheel in place. Tighten it up a little bit.
It's the truth, how you live. It's so tight when I slide inside. It's in your eyes, it's in sight. Carrots wrapped, our souls ignite.
There we go. Now this one's going to be more difficult because I need to line up the modified shaft thread connection point to the electronic motor connection. And I have to line it up just right because we don't want the wheel. Oh baby, I think we got a little tack on it. There we go. Want to make sure that thing's holding. Okay, so we got our wheel shaft U. It's gonna go right there like so. Alright, we got the U bolt power wheel shaft locked in. That's awesome. We got the wheel shaft nut on, clamping the wheel to the U shaft, and we want to put some thread locker on here because this is just going to thread into our. Alright, we got some thread locker on there. We're gonna wheel into our. There, nice and tight. Shaft here. I better put a little thread locker on this too. That's it. Shit out of that, but it's all over the place. Horrible. Maybe I can hit it with a sledgehammer and get it to straighten out a bit, but oh man, that's horrible. Oh, there's a little bit just in the connection there. Well, you know what Alright, so I went ahead and I took the porta band and I cut it to relieve some material so that I can squish it together and try and plane the two surfaces, get them to plumb out a little bit. Okay guys, we found a sweet spot here. I think this is going to totally work for us. I had to cut the connection point right here and set and find that sweet spot. Now I'm just going to weld this up. Hot, hot, hot. Alright, well it looks like it's holding up, so I'm going to finish welding the rest of it since it is staying somewhat true. Cool. We're going to do something like this. We're going to underhang mount this right on the tire like that. Now you just got to make sure that this thing's spinning the way we want. Okay, this is the way it'll go. That way, it's going to make the wheel go that way, so that's it.
Spice. Can't hold back. Crack, 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 serve it up. Crack, crack, crack.
Thinking something like that, y'all. This is pretty cool. This grinder was my neighbor's grandpa's. The neighbor's moving away. Gave it to me. like some old shit.
How we lie for the way, it's the truth, how you left. It's so tight when I slide inside, it's in your eyes, winds in sight, carrots wrapped, our souls ignite. You the best, that will breeze coat chips, French and hail, it's a spale from the queen, king on tail.
Okay, so the kids were saying, hey, we're gonna want to put the seat back further, and you can see I chopped these originally. They were facing this way, which made it even smaller, but the kids are getting bigger, so I chopped them, flipped them around, spun them around so I could slide the seat back even further. But it sounds like they're going to want to try and be all the way to the back because the kids are getting so dang big. So I went ahead and grinded this and grinded this. I'm going to take a plate and go from here to just strengthen up this Z tube right here. Well, it's now a Z tube. Just so they don't snap the damn thing off. Plus with the motor on there and the kids coming all the way back here, it's just, I want to strengthen it. Plus I want to try and ride the damn thing too, so I want it to be as strong as possible.
Life with the light, you alive. Hit your life with the light, you alive. You my thing. How we sing, rim to shine. So sit and clean.
All right. Got the my little tri-plates for some support that I welded in, painted those up, mounted the motor. Got it grounded right there. And I'm just kind of throwing this in right now. I got a little load line there, a little 40 amp load line. And I didn't really need this, I guess, but I was just on a roll. It's so funny now that I recorded. I see I got this here. I got a 40 amp right here. And then I threw this little 80 amp right here. So anyway, I'm just going to leave that. That's so funny. My battery died. I was laughing at myself about this, but I was just getting carried away. I threw this one on too. I'm probably not going to need this. But who knows? Maybe, because sometimes these are so cheesy they don't do much anyway. So but I'm just going to leave it there for now. I was totally laughing at myself and realized. So anyway, we need to strip this up, hook it to the battery, and then ground the battery up. I'll probably just throw the seat on, put the battery in my lap or something, see if we can get this thing to roll, see if it works. Because then if it does work, then we're going to take the linkage out, do something different with the pedals so I can put the switch that I want, like mount it in the pedal so the kids can step on it and go. I should take the chain off the sprocket, but I'm running out of time before picking up my kid, and I just want to test it real quick, so let's see what happens.